Right, good afternoon everybody, and a big welcome and thank you for coming to my bit of indulgence. About 6 months ago I thought to myself, what have I never had the chance to do? I've always wanted to do but never had the opportunity, and immediately the thought came to play the Rachmaninoff Suites for two pianos. It was something that doesn't happen very often because you don't often get two pianos together. And so I thought that would be a way of celebrating this big birthday. So just a few practical matters. You've all seen there's a toilet down the end there, and there's another toilet in there, and they say you should be comfortable. And we're having a buffet immediately afterwards. So first of all, let me just thank and introduce Roderick Elms, my partner in crime. When I mentioned his name, where is she? My sister-in-law Jill, there, immediately said, "What, the Roderick Elms?" Because she listens to Classic FM in the car. Listens to Classic FM in the car every day, and of course, and Rod's recording of the Warsaw Concerto is regularly played on Classic FM. And so, and for the last 20 or so years, every time I've conducted the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and there's been a keyboard, a piano or organ required, it's always been Rod sitting there playing. So we've known each other some time, and I knew you'd be the perfect partner in crime to do this with. And with him today, we have the entire Elms family, because Joanna is going to turn the pages for me. She's also a professional pianist, highly in demand. And their son Matthew will turn the pages for Rod, who's also a budding musician for the future. So huge thanks to them. Thanks especially to Andrew there and Karen, who own this glorious building. Those of you, if you ever look up schoolfarmstudios.com, and there's a marvellous article which tells you all about the conversion of this farm, which was 1750 originally-ish, and up to almost lockdown, there were pigs and all sorts of creatures in here, and farm equipment. And during lockdown, this was converted into a recording studio, which is literally state-of-the-art. You couldn't get better anywhere. And we also have Dimitra here, who was the architect who oversaw the conversion. So, any questions? So we're extremely grateful for you letting us have this marvellous facility today. I think you've mentioned Dimitra, and Dimitra and Jason from Headingham Castle have loaned us half the chairs in the room as well. So we're very, very grateful for that, and also to those who did the heavy work, our son Ben and his friend Dylan and Izzy. Getting them all here, and we'll take them back on Wednesday. And in the control room there, see through the window, some of you have been in there already, there's Stefano and Hester. Now Stefano is a fantastic recording engineer, straight from Abbey Road. He's been many years at Abbey Road, but a fascinating musical career, and he was also for 9 years organist at the Vatican.
Goodness.
So good old Stefan, and assisting him is Hester, who's always here. She's from a place called Great Maplesfield, and makes the journey every day to assist in the recording sessions that happen here. On video, you may have spotted the odd camera around. This is being videoed, as you can see. Huge thanks to Sam, Mark and James for giving their time to do that. And finally, of course, to Helen, my wife, who has been so supportive of all this, and her extraordinary organisational abilities come to the fore, assisted by Izzy, and that's why so many things have come together so smoothly today. So, good. Thanks for that. So, I'm going to talk a bit about the music now. The first suite that Rachmaninoff wrote for two pianos, he wrote at the age of 20, in 1897, dedicated it to Tchaikovsky, who was due to attend the first performance but died about 3 weeks before. So never heard it. It's an early work, and there was a team called Vronsky and Babin great husband and wife two-piano team, who actually played it to Rachmaninoff in America. And before they started playing, he said, "Oh, don't judge me too harshly on this. I was underage when I wrote it." But it's an extraordinary piece, as you'll hear. There are 4 movements. They're all about sort of just over 5 minutes each. And each one was inspired by a poem. 3 of the poems were by Russian poets that I've personally never heard of, but one of them was by Byron, the 3rd one. And so thanks now to Daniel Harper, who's sitting here, who is going to read those poems immediately before each piece, so you can hear the poetry that inspired the music. Welcome to Rod and Matthew over here, and we will have a ceremonial removing of the jackets. And see if we can play it. Hey.
Gondola Song. O cool evening wave, lap gently under the oars of the gondola. That song again, and again the sound of the guitar. In the distance, now melancholy, now happy, was heard the sound of the old barcarolle. The gondola glides through the water and time flies through love. The waters become smooth again and passion will rise no more. Night Love. It is the hour when from the boughs the nightingale's high note is heard. It is the hour when lovers' vows seem sweet in every whispered word, and gentle winds and waters near make music to the lonely ear. tears. Human tears. Oh, human tears, you flow both early and late. You flow unknown, you flow unseen, inexhaustible, innumerable. You flow like torrents of rain in the depths of an autumn night. Easter. The mighty pearl rang out over the earth, and all the air moaning shuddered and groaned. Melodious silver thunderings told the news of the holy triumph.